Hello, you guys. Happy Sunday. I don't know if you guys have seen all my messages, but we're going to go live today and we are going to do these cute little jars. I've been dying to show you guys. I'm really excited about it, and I think I'm going to wait a couple minutes for a couple people to come on here. And if not, I know a lot of people replay it back, so which is great, which is why I like to do these, because you can rewatch them and rewatch them and rewatch them. And you can even pause them and you can go back if you missed a step or whatever you want. So I tend to watch like a lot of my lives later. So if you guys do not see my advertisements, we are going to be doing these cute little mason jars. Well, mason jars you can do, or you can do these cute little cookie jars. And I love this design. It's been another design that's been really popular for like the last 10 years that I've been painting. And so this is just one of the ideas to show you what we're going to do. So this is just a basic circle with any letter that you want to use. And you have to think who you can give it to for so many different Christmas gift ideas. So for example, like you have, a coworker, it's a great gift for a coworker. You have teachers' gifts that you can give them to. I'm always looking for little gifts for my hairdressers, just to give them a little thank you gift. Maybe you want to give somebody something that helps you out with anything, or like a babysitter or whoever. And this is such a great gift. So you can also paint them on wine glasses. So that's why I have these to show you. You can also do them on wine glasses, or you can do them on tumblers. This is a great idea for the younger kids, but so many adults love these too. And then with the jars, which is nice because so many people cook around the holidays. So you can always put in cute little cookies or something in it. And it's such a great gift, I think. And so many people, even adults, I find, love so much just to get like a little gift with cookies. So I'm going to show you how we're going to dress this up, okay? And so first I'm going to show you the couple glasses that I chose are these two, and you can find them at Dollar Tree. And I listed the link, and I'll list those again, as well as the paintbrushes and everything I use, so you guys know what to look for. If you have mason jars laying around the house, you're probably welcome to use them, but I'm going to show you something. This is the difference. Okay, these mason jars are super cute, but if you look at each side of them, they have like, raised designs on them, and it's not going to work well for this mason jar and for this design, because we're going to do a flat circle, okay? So if you can find this mason jar, go ahead and get them. And you can even order through Dollar Tree if you want to get a bunch of them. I know we're kind of cutting it close with Christmas now, but if you want to get a bunch of them, you can go into dollartree.com too. So, and I'll list all those links afterwards. So I'll show you exactly where I get all the stuff. So what I did, just for TV's sake, this isn't TV, but video, what I did for TV's sake, because I did this already, and I did my white circle first, like we did here on this one. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So if you're getting on here, I can see there's a couple of people watching. Just say hi and let me know where you're from. And I see a couple of people are watching. So I'm so glad a few people are here and it's working. So, okay, you guys. So the first thing is, if you're not very crafty and you don't know how to draw a circle very well, if you don't have that steady of a hand and you want to do like a circle, so I'm just showing you, for example, we're going to do the white. But if you don't have a very steady hand and you want to trace it first, you're going to go ahead and there's so many circle things in your house if you just start looking. And you're going to want to find something that's small enough that's going to fit on here well. Okay, hi Julie. Oh good, thanks Evelyn. How are you guys? Robin, good, you guys are here, yay. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take something that's going to fit like a circle size, the size of your jar. So I think I chose this. I kind of got a mess here, but I'm going to trace a circle. This is the easier way to do it. If you want to get like a perfect circle, I'm just going to trace on a piece of paper. I have cardstock because I think it's easier. So just trace on a piece of paper for your circle. So you can kind of can you see that? Shoot. You can kind of make a perfect circle there. And then, hi Ann, yes, from Tennessee. Good to see you, Ann. I've seen you on here before. Thanks for watching. So we're going to cut out this circle, and this is not, again, you don't have to do this. You can go ahead and try to wing it and just do a circle, and the paint is wet, so you can actually kind of work with it a little bit and get a good circle going, kind of with the straighter edges. And the circle's also going to be forgiving because we're going to do a little bit of a dots around it, so you can kind of hide the, the jagged lines. So I just cut a circle out, okay? So this is one way of doing it. And then you're gonna take a permanent marker, if I have my permanent marker here, or any kind of marker. If you have a silver marker or something that you wanna, hi Judy, great, you're here, good. All right, so I hope you guys, if you guys have not caught the first part, we're painting these jars like I told you. So you can replay it, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll tell you in a second what we're gonna do, or what we did. So I'm just taking this piece of paper, if you can see this, and I'm tracing the circle just so I can get a straighter line on here. Did any of you guys get any of your paints at all? Does anybody have, or maybe you have enamel paints laying around of any color? Possibly. Let me know if you do. Okay, so I did kind of a circle, just enough, you can't really see it, but just enough so it gives you kind of a little line to go and to keep your white straight. Oh, and you know what? I wanted to back up and tell you, one of my little secrets that I do, anytime that you're painting on a jar, if you have rubbing alcohol around, you wanna just take like a little piece of paper towel or a little cotton ball and wipe it off first, or you can wash it out really good, especially if you're gonna put cookies in it. And I wash this out, but you might wanna just take alcohol and wipe all over it because I feel like the paint stays better. So that's a little trick for you there. So then you're gonna take your white paint, and this is just the way I'm gonna show you how to do this. This is just one way that I'm gonna show you how to do this, but you can take these colors and mix and match them however you want, okay? So like what I did is I chose the white to do. Okay, good, you can watch, yeah, and you can watch it back, that's perfect. Okay, so, and like this one, I did the white, but then I just did the green polka dots, so you can kind of play with it and do whatever you want. And I know I said 3 colors, but I actually have a different darker green here that I brought too. So whatever you have laying around, whatever you think is really pretty. So there's no right or way, and this is what's fun because you can make a lot of them. So I'm just gonna take, you know, any regular paintbrush. You can use a little bit thicker if you want. And I've just got my white and I'm gonna paint inside of this, which my lines aren't really straight, but I'm gonna show you those little green dots is gonna be a good way to hide them. And this is such a good idea because, you know, like I was saying before, I love to give gifts, and, you know, I dropped off some cookies to some of my shippers that are wonderful, and they've been shipping all my stuff for like 7 years, so I dropped off cookies to them, and I'm always looking for cute little gifts that, you know, that everybody can use. Like, who doesn't love cookies or like little gift cards or something? So, and I did want to remind you, speaking of, hi Ann, so I did want to remind you that anybody who shares it, as usual, there's going to be 3 giveaways today. And I feel like I'm starting to do a lot of gift cards because by the time I spend the money in shipping, I can get you guys an actual gift card that's worth more, that you guys can go to Amazon and buy something, or you can go to Starbucks or Dairy Queen or something. So if you guys, one thing I did want to ask you guys too is where you guys want gift cards from. Where would you like to see it the most? I say Starbucks because I'm obsessed with coffee. But what would you guys like to see? Amazon? So I'm going to be introducing, or, you know, having more gift card giveaways for that reason, because there's a few times that I've shipped out stuff and I'm like, it's $12, which is fine. I'm happy to ship the stuff. But I'm like, gosh, if they could get that in a gift card, they could almost buy something that's $12 if I just get to mail a gift card, you know? So I kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. So that's what I did. I had a few gift cards in my 12 Days of Christmas giveaway because I feel like I could give you more that way. So you guys, I'm just finishing this circle. And if you have a brush, all the brushes vary. And I'm gonna start posting some of my favorite brushes too, so you guys can kind of see what I use, just because I've been painting so long. So I have a lot of different ideas and stuff on brushes and what I like to use in different paints and why I use them. But if you have the white, and I don't know if you can really see that, but if you have the white and it's kind of clear and you can see right through it, sheet snow. I think I've heard of that though. Sheet stores? No, what is that? I'm in Illinois near Chicago. Is it like a Walmart or something? So if you can see kind of through the white, then you can just let it dry and then paint another coat. And this one, I used a different brush, so it's actually okay. But on this jar, I had to do 2 coats. So just let it dry and be patient and come back like in, you know, maybe a half an hour to an hour and then paint another coat on it. And you want to make sure that this coat is really dry before you do the lettering. It's going to take me longer than that to paint the circle. Did you just see that you can cut out the little circle? Because that may help a little bit too. If you want to, but then you have to have your steady hand to be able to trace around it. And then a good tip too is if you get out of the lines when you're tracing your circle with a permanent marker, you can take that same alcohol. Oh, gas, food, and coffee. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, no, I've never heard of them. Never even heard of them. Yes, and Anne, Hobby Lobby is a good place too. Oh, for the gift cards? Yes, definitely. I'm going to probably send out a questionnaire and just see what your guys' favorite things are. Because my favorite things may not be your favorite things. And I wonder if I can find like a Sheetz gift card too, but I will look into that. So thank you so much, you guys, for your input. Okay, so where are we at? So then you're gonna let that dry. And then what I did is I took the green, I took a little bit darker green, and just for the video's sake, I did, like I said, I did one ahead of time. And I'm gonna take a smaller little brush. I have a bunch of brushes here, so I'm just gonna take one that has like a little bit of a smaller tip. Okay, Michael's is another good one. Cool. You guys are all crafty. See, I didn't know if people just like, you know, to watch them or you actually do them or what, so that would be great. So those are some really good ideas. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the circle, I'm gonna go around the edge of this, and I'm just going to make little tiny dots. And this is, you know, more time consuming, but you guys can do this. And if you mess up, because this is dry, you can just wipe it off. Just have a cloth handy and just wipe it off and you can start over. But it's harder if you go to do it and you put the little dots around the white when it's not dry. It's harder to wipe it all off because then obviously the white's gonna come with it. So this is almost going to give you the idea like it's like a little label or something on there. And I'm going to want to know, oh shoot, one thing I wanted to do was tie the little ribbon first because I know once it's done, it's going to be too wet. So you're just going to go all the way around. And I found some really cute ribbon that is like a tiger print, which would be super cute for little girls. But I'm trying to think of like what little ideas you can put in here, whether it's like bracelets or of course treats or something any little girl is gonna like. I think she uses just oh, Pennsylvania and Ohio. Cause you're where, Judy, are you in Ohio or Pennsylvania? Cause honestly, I've not really spent much time on the East Coast. I've not really spent that much time. I've been to Ohio a few times, but I've not been further than that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I used to live in New York City, but I didn't know, I've never heard of the Sheetz, unless it's more like a, you know, suburb thing. One of the suburb stores. That's what's fun about traveling though, is that you get to see all the different, you know, different stores that they have. And do you guys have like a Culver's around you? Because I know that's a real Wisconsin thing and it's a restaurant and it's really good. Those became really popular the last few years. But yeah, that's what's definitely neat about taking road trips because you can see all those different stores. Okay, so there's that. And doesn't it make it really makes it stand out, and it's hard again to tell in the light, but I wanted to pick a spot in my house that was bright that you guys were gonna be able to see this. So I'm gonna try to hold it up, and so I just did those tiny little dots all the way around, and that's pretty easy, you know? I think that you guys can do this. Again, I'm trying to pick stuff that you guys can do. So then, you do in Tennessee, okay, so they're kind of all over. I'm gonna have to keep my eye out because we said we were gonna take some more road trips with the kids, and we've flown, but we wanna take more road trips just because, you know, have them see the countryside. So I want to know, somebody give me a letter, and I'm gonna put this on here in red. We just got a Culver's. Yes, good. See, isn't it good, Robin? No, we live in, okay. I'm waiting for a letter. Somebody give me a letter and I'm gonna write this in red. So I'm gonna get my red paint out and I want somebody to give me a letter so I can write it on here. And this is gonna be probably the trickiest part about it is putting on the letter. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, Michelle Grossman, good. Grossman, is that how you say it? I'm gonna do an M, and this may be a little trick. Hi, Marcy. Okay, good. See, these are all more popular letters, so this is good. You might want to get on the computer and type in an M, and you can change up the different fonts, because I do, especially when I do my stones and my glassware, a lot of people will be like, oh, I want this type of font, and I don't really do. Okay, Judy, the J, I saw that. You're good. You guys have good letters. I don't really have a certain type of font. I just do my one type of writing. So when I go to do these glasses, I go on the computer and I look at the different fonts so I can get the pretty way they paint the letters. So I am going to do, I'll do an M because that's the first letter that I got. So you guys might want to go on, if you're not good at writing, go on, and you could probably even trace the M on first before you do this. But again, if it's dry and you mess up, you can probably wipe it up. So if you want to do each step and do each step, but then you can wipe it off is what I'm trying to say. So if you want to do that and let it dry. So I'm going to do the M, and I'm copying off my other, I'm looking at my other glass here if you're wondering what I'm looking at. I can normally paint an M, but if you're just going to do one letter, I love the scrolly type. I kind of need my thinner brush. I'm so particular with my brushes, you guys. I've had certain brushes for so long, and I don't really go through my brushes very often. So if I'm doing letters, I have to have, this is my brush. This is my very special brush. Isn't that silly? All right, so I'm doing my M here. And if you mess up, you can go ahead and wipe it off. But I am going to try to do this. I've not done one of these in so long. I used to paint quite a bit of them because I used to do a lot for like bridesmaids and stuff, and people still use them for bridesmaids, but you turn into Christmas colors and you can make it a Christmas gift. Another really good idea is the blues. Does anybody want to use the blues? Because if you did like a light blue and a dark blue or different teals, it's such a pretty Christmas color. So I was going to maybe, if we have time here and we're not on, too long, I'm going to go ahead and paint the blue. Okay, so here's my M. I'm trying to keep it centered. Okay, I think this is pretty centered. Then, sorry, I'm concentrating and not watching here. Okay, so there's my M. Okay, so then this could probably be a little bit more perfect in the middle, but it's gonna kind of drive me crazy. Okay, well I can fix that, but all right, the M is not perfect in the middle, but okay, so there's that, thank you. And then you're gonna take, this is another easy trick, and I tried this with my pumpkins this fall, and I use these ones, and this is so easy because it actually really makes a perfect circle. So I'm gonna take the green, and I think I'm just gonna do green because just to save some time without having to rinse the sponge off. Because, and before I go any further, I'm gonna kind of go backwards a step because I want to show you how you do this ribbon. One thing I suggested is getting ribbon to tie around the neck of this because it makes it so cute. So imagine, I could not find the stripe ribbon, but imagine if you have the polka dots on it and you found some cute red and white or green and white striped or red and white striped or whatever, how cute that would be along the top neck of this. So I think the ribbon really just sets it off. So that's kind of a little trick that you guys can do. So, but I did have this rickrack ribbon. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this off and tie it around the neck of it. And then I even have, and like I said, I'm gonna do this now. You might wanna wait till afterwards to see what looks the best. But I'm gonna do this now because I'm not gonna be able to show you because everything's gonna be wet and I don't wanna ruin it. So I'm just gonna tie it in a bow now. Okay, and then I even got those sprigs. If you guys have watched any of my other lives, you can even put a sprig on there or like some little bells you can get at Dollar Tree. And you're changing your name. Judy, I'm gonna do the other one with a J. So tell me which colors that you want and I'll do another one with a J or a P. Which one would you rather have? All right, so then see how cute the rickrack is on it or any ribbon? So wait until I do the green. Okay, I've already got my green out and I'm using the sponge brush, but you can use a regular paintbrush too and try to do a circle. But somebody introduced me to these and I cannot believe that I have been trying to freehand them all my life. All right. Well, it's kind of bubbly is the only thing. Okay, so there's one. Look, I cannot believe how perfect circle those turn out. You guys have no idea how long I've painted polka dots freehand. And I never knew that these were around and that they would work so good. So there's one. This is really easy. I mean, I swear my 8-year-old could do this, or even younger. And you know what a really cute idea too is? This accidentally just mixed in there, that red, and I love when other colors are mixed in. So don't be afraid to like take two colors and, okay, P, I'll do P, Judy. If we have time, I'll do it on here live. All right, so don't be afraid to mix two colors because I love the look of two colors together. So I'm just gonna go all the way around and you can kind of just place them wherever you want. And if you wanted to add the red, then you can just leave a space and just kind of eyeball it and see. Okay, the only thing is though, if you're gonna try this, I'm seeing that there's little bubbles and I'm afraid when it dries, it's gonna dry with spots in it. So you might wanna take a paintbrush and paint in the middle, but at least this is giving you the border. Here, I'm gonna stick this up in here. Okay, see how cute it's looking? I love that lighter lime green for Christmas is really a cute idea. And it's absorbing a lot of my paint, so I'm gonna get a little bit more. And then, have you guys ever made, I didn't have time to do it today because I was getting my last few Christmas orders painted, but have you guys ever made the chocolate chips and the butterscotch with the cashews? Those are so good. And they would be a really cute idea to stick in there because they're dark and you'd be able to see them against the white. Or you could do like chocolate chip cookies with M&Ms in it that have the colored M&Ms in it, like the red and green M&Ms. All right, so I'm just going all the way around. And do you see how the ribbon, like when you look at the whole thing, the ribbon ties in the red and the M? All right. And this has got, it's not perfect circle on the edge. Okay, see? So that's really it. I mean, if you wanted to, you could take some red in between there and put it on there, but it's really simple. You could even take like a little gift tag if you're gonna give it to somebody, okay? So then, oh good, I'm glad. Am I helping you? I know that somebody with Halloween said that they were able to paint the pot that I did, and I'm so happy because that was a little bit more advanced when I had the moon and everything. So there's that, and now I'm going to do this one. I just don't think it's gonna be dry in time is the only thing. So I'm gonna show you on this mason jar that you can do the same thing, and I'm gonna try to do blues, except I don't have, you know what? One second, let me grab my blue paint so I can do this with you guys. Hold on. Okay, I've got a couple blue paints that I'm gonna do, and you can do the same thing with this mason jar. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this mason jar and do one more. And if you guys wanna stay on here and watch, great. If you have other stuff to do, that's okay too. All right, so I'm gonna do one more of these. My family was not happy because they had to go to play practice and they were watching the Bears game. And I guess they're doing really well. So I have a house full of boys, and they were not happy with me because I made them go to Christmas play practice, but I think that's kind of important since they have it next weekend. Oh boy. So, okay, so I'm gonna do a circle and I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand it. So we're doing this again. I'm gonna do it with the blues, and I'm gonna have to find a blue ribbon to do. And I'm gonna put a P in here for you, Judy. You're always so good about watching my stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this one for you. Okay, so if you can do it freehand, go for it, because then you don't have to mess with those black lines from the Sharpie. But if you wanna practice and do the black lines, go ahead and do that. So I just made a circle. that, then I'm going to take the darker blue. I'm getting a lot of stuff here on my little table. So you're going to go ahead and I'm going to take that same brush that I used, and I'm going to go ahead and use the darker blue because then I think I'm going to do a lighter blue center with the P. But I'll probably wait for this to dry and then do the P later because I don't want to mess it up. But we'll see how quick it dries here. All right, well I hope that makes me happy that you guys can see. And whoever said that I was a good instructor, because I want you guys to be able to do these. That's the whole point. And you guys might see, I wanted to mention too, that you might be seeing more of, you know, I have a business called Sam Designs, and I love to paint. I mean, I've always done all kinds of arts and crafts all my life, but painting is just what I got into and where my business has led me, into garden stones and painting glassware. But I really do everything. So I wanted to mention to you guys that I don't want anybody to be confused, because I probably will come on with like stuff with my house that we're doing, or we're always doing different projects with, or like the bird seed that I did. So I'm kind of doing everything crafty. So I will probably come on here with lots of different things. I even have been a little bit in the business with fashion. So if I find like some cute tops or something that I love, I might be showing more of that. So I'm kind of going to be showing a little bit of everything, and hopefully you guys will like it. I know there's a lot of people that have businesses that kind of just stick with what their craft is, but for me, I love so many things, so I just want to show them. So if you see more of it, you're going to say, well, why is she showing that when she paints? But that is my main job. But I just I think it's fun to show other things that I love, because I think it just, whether it's like a makeup that I love or a lip gloss that I gave away over my 12-day giveaway, I think those are just fun things to share, because I love to hear everybody else's ideas too. So hopefully that's good. I was worried about how I was going to get good circles. Okay, yeah, go ahead and practice, or use that sponge brush. I'm telling you, and they're really inexpensive, those sponge brushes. And I found a link that has a whole pack of like sponge brushes and paint brushes that you can use, so I'll go ahead and give you that link too. Okay, so there's that. I'm doing a blue one now, and then I'm going to use the same little sponge brush, and since I haven't rinsed it out, I'm just going to wipe it off on this cloth. And then I'm going to take the lighter blue and use this. All right, I'm just going to go around here, and I've already cleaned this off with alcohol. And now remember, if you guys did not watch the beginning, you can use a regular mason jar, but I picked these mason jars because it's got a flat surface. So I paint on these as opposed to doing the ones that have like the, what am I trying to say? The raised writing on them, and they say mason on them. And they're super cute for certain painting, but not this kind. I mean, you can do it, but it's going to be harder to do this letter on it. This is just so easy. Okay, see how it's turning out? And if you can find, my recommendation is, if you can find the striped ribbon, that would be my first choice, because it's something other than polka dots, because you have the polka dots on the glass, obviously. That would be really cute. Or I love like this rickrack, because it just is like a different design and a different shape. Really sets the glass off. All right, so I'm just going around here, and I'm going to do the same thing. The only thing I don't have here right now is the blue ribbon, but I'll find a blue ribbon to put with this. And I will post this later and show you guys. And then I'm going to show you the very last step, which is really important that you're going to need to do. One moment here. So when you are done, and this is fully dry, all right, when this is done and it's fully dry, you're going to take the top off, because it's metal, and you're going to stick it in the oven. And you can stick it in your regular oven, it's fine. Okay, there's my last polka dot, that's all I need. All right, so let's finish that. See how cute? And some of those have some blue in them. See how some of those carry the darker blue in it? So you can kind of mix it in a little bit, or if you like it, leave it in. But I'm also trying to get rid of some of those bubbles in there. So you can kind of just play around with it. You guys, these are like $1. These little things are $1. So if you mess them up, you can rinse it off, or you can just, you know, redo another one. And then you'll put your letter in there, but I'm gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'm gonna do a P, Judy, okay? So you're gonna take the lid off, okay? You're gonna take the lid off the top, or if it's got 2 lids because it's a mason jar, and just stick this in the oven like this. You might wanna take the tag off, because a lot of the times the tag is at the bottom, and stick it in the oven for 350 for 10 minutes is all you need, but you have to have it completely dry. Like I can't stick it in right now. So put it in the oven for 350 or 325, and then stick it in there for 10 minutes, and they're gonna let it completely cool. And then you're gonna take it out, so that way, if, you know, when you give it to your, you know, friend or whoever gonna give this to, they can, you know, it'll last longer that way, and it's washable that way. So those are the tips. And then the same with if you decide to do a tumbler, if you find something plastic, believe it or not, you're not going to obviously bake these because it's plastic, but the paint stays so well on these for some reason. And I have literally washed these in the dishwasher and the paint does not come off, and I'm not baked them, but you have to use enamel paint. That's the trick, okay? So enamel paint on these plastic ones, and same for this if you're gonna bake them. So, oh, you're welcome, Judy. Thanks for always watching, but I'll do a P on that one, and then I'm gonna put a little ribbon on that. So if I can get back on here this week, I've got a few Christmas things to finish up, but if I can come back on here this week, I'm gonna show you an idea for an ornament, and I will let you know, and I'll post it on my Facebook page. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. And if you share, again, if you share it, I'm giving 3 things away. So one person is gonna get this one, and then Judy, I'm gonna send you this, okay? But I've got 2 other gift cards that I'm gonna give away. So I'm hoping that you guys can use those. So whoever shares, I'm gonna do a drawing, you know, like I was doing the 12 days of Christmas. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and that I taught you something fun and new, and that you'll try them. And as usual, if you wanna send me a picture, go for it, because I love to see it. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.